Hey guys, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. Now, I saw people's survey, and I know you guys want your State of Decay content, but I feel like I'd do you a disservice if I didn't show you guys this video of For the King. It's a turn-based RPG roguelike by Oakwood, I believe, Games, and it's currently for free for purchase on the Epic Game Store. I know some people don't like the Epic Game Store, but a free game's a free game. And when I first played this on a free weekend for Steam, I hated it. There's something about it that I really didn't like. I saw it was free on the Epic Game Store. I picked it up, and I just can't drop it. I'm still playing lots of State of Decay, but whenever I play For the King, I end up not eating that day because I'm playing too much. So today I'm going to show you a quick run through of the game. So maybe it might convince you to get it, and maybe you might like it as much as I do, because it will be free until April 30th. It does come with all the DLC, but we'll talk about that shortly. Let's just get started. Okay, so like I said, For the King is a turn-based RPG, a roguelite. So we know what turn-based is, we know what an RPG is, but roguelite, if you're not familiar with it, is mainly a game where there are very hard requirements to win the game. And the game expects you to lose, but as you lose, or as you play the game, you're unlocking parts of it. In this game, lore, and you'll be able to unlock stuff in the lore store, which will expand your game and make it better, make it easier, make it more exciting. And each time you play it, you're unlocking more stuff for the game. So I'll show you a new game. So as you can see, with the current state of For the King, it comes with all 5 DLCs, which I believe should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. The initial game was just For the King, which has its own storyline, but there's also Frost Adventure, Into the Deep, Dungeon Crawl, Hildebrandt's Cellar, and Gold Rush. I'm going to show you For the King, and it has different difficulty levels that we can set it to, different game modes. We can have solo adventure, online co-op, or local co-op. This game really reminds me of, like, you can turn this into a board game type of video game, or maybe it was a board game that they turned into a video game, but I can't find an equivalent of it. So looking at this, let me just take a look at something. Okay, so let's just start the game. So we start off with a party of 3. I have the names already, so I'm gonna choose some classes. I have the woodcutter right here. He'll be our tank, or our melee damage dealer. Let's see. I unlocked the herbalist. She's kind of like your we'll turn her into a spellcaster. And our trapper. Let's see, who should we have? Because I want a ranged DPS. So we'll do a hunter in this case. If we take a look, it gives us the stats of each type of character class with its own special abilities. Some are unique specifically only to that specific class. Some you can equip some gear which will give them specific skills, like the skill of party heal. I found a necklace which will actually give you the party heal special ability, but I'm mainly getting the herbalist so that we can gather herbs. The hunter will be our ranged damage dealer, and woodcutter will be probably a two-handed melee specialist. We can also customize our guys as well. I'm not going to customize, but you can customize them in a few different ways. And let's just start the game so you can see, because we don't have that much time. So the Brink of Chaos. Good King Bronner has been slain. The once peaceful kingdom of Fahrul is being corrupted by wild chaos energy and ravaged by monsters and bandits. The grieving queen Rosamond has called for Fahrul's ordinary citizens to search the land for the king's murderer and the source of the chaos energy. The tale now begins in the Guardian Forest, where there have been rumors of suspicious activity and sinister strangers in the woods. 3 would-be heroes meet in Orton to begin their quest. So the queen says, "First the wizard Vexor vanishes, then my own husband was slain in his palace. You must be the last hope of Fahrul. Seek out Hildebrandt in Woodsmoke. You will be told how best to aid our efforts. Your quest has begun. Strive against this chaos lest our realm be consumed by it." So we have our first quest. Go to Woodsmoke over here in the Guardian Forest. Okay, so... Okay, so... There wasn't a tutorial, and I was looking for one when I first came back to this. And I just had to go from memory and just trial and error. But let's just try to follow the quest. What happens every turn is that you get to control one of your 3 characters. You start off with the character from the left. After this character's turn is done, we go to the second one, and then the third one. And then it just repeats that over and over. As you can see, there's a timeline. We want to avoid chaos because if we don't remove this chaos, it'll go to this slot here and bad things happen. So you get rid of chaos by completing the main quest or by completing side quests. Let's just take a look first. We start off in Orton in this city, and we can actually do a quest, which, as you can see, you get to do 1 side quest per city, and this one gives you 3 bounties and a delivery. We'll do a bounty one to remove the chaos, and he starts off right next to us. So let's see, how strong is this guy? Level 1. Well, might as well show you combat right off the bat. Hopefully this won't be too hard. So there's initiative in this game, similar to like Final Fantasy games. The initiative is based off a person's speed. So Kinson should be first, then Freya, then Alcides, and it's evident right here. So Freya, Alcides. So Alcides is the slowest of the group. So right now, Kinson's in control, my hunter, my ranged character. We're facing off against 3 different characters. The Chaos Acolyte over here, Chaos Acolyte over here, and the Chaos Acolyte over here. As you can see, they're equipped with different gear, so they're going to do different abilities to us. But right now, we're in control of Kinson, and as you can see, he has 3 different abilities. He can run away, which we don't want to do. He can do a normal attack, or he can do an attack that pierces armor. The 2 Chaos Acolytes on the left and the center, do not have any armor, but the Chaos Acolyte on the right does have armor, so it will reduce the amount of damage coming in. His snipe shot will ignore that armor, so it'll if we get a perfect shot of 6 damage, it'll do 6 damage directly, whereas if we do a normal shot, it'll block the 2, dealing only 4 damage. Right now though, I think I want to hit this guy over here because he has a torch. As you can see, it's a flaming torch, and he does have an ability to actually deal fire damage to us and apply a dot to us. So I'm going to just do a normal shot. It tells you it has kind of like an 83% chance, I believe, to have a success. And we're basically, it's going to do like a board game. It's going to do 3 rolls of a die, and hopefully you get a hit, which will be an eye symbol up here. The more eye symbols, the greater the chance that you'll hit the character. If you miss, there's a greater chance that you actually miss and you whiff on the attack. And it's, as you can see, it says use focus. Each character has these things down here. These are focus points. there are ways to regenerate them. There are ways to get them back. But you're kind of saving them to get like perfect rolls. But let's just shoot this guy. So as you can see, it was a perfect roll, and we were able to do damage. Our enemy got a perfect roll and applied bleeding to Preya. The other guy, he missed. Combat's going really fast. So now it's Preya's turn. I think we're going to focus fire on one guy. She has a few different abilities based off her weapon. So based off your weapon and your skills, you'll have different abilities. So she can run away as well, which we don't want to do. One of the special things of a herbalist class is she can heal if she has God Spirit, which is in her inventory right here. We don't need to worry about that right now. We want to attack. We could haste someone, which might be helpful, but I think right now we're going to try to just kill people as fast as we can. As you can see, to heal, to haste is actually using her mental abilities, which is right here, which is very high, and it only requires 2 rolls, so technically would be easier to trigger than a successful attack. But once again, we want to kill this guy. We could spend a focus, which we'll do right now. It uses up one of the focus points, and we'll roll just 2 die then, technically. She was successful, did 6 damage. And Alcides is taking damage, but that's okay. He's supposed to be our tank. It's Alcides' turn. As you can see, he can do way more damage with his weapon. He could possibly kill a guy right off the bat. Let's try that. We're going to try hitting the armored guy. We're going to use some focus points so that we can hopefully get a successful hit. As you can see, it's going to require 5 successes to get a hit. And let's try it. So he succeeded all the way, and as you can see, 17 damage right off the bat, killed him. So let's kill this guy right here. The called shot is a special ability of the hunter. I believe it does maximum damage when that's the case. Preya was able to dodge, and now it's our turn. I'm just going to blast him. So she kind of missed, so because she missed one of her rolls, she did reduced damage. He could have dodged it, but in this situation he just did less damage. So we'll just do a normal chop, because as you can see, the chance to hit is harder with the more powerful attack. And he only has 10 health. So he kind of did less damage than he could have. Ooh. I've never seen, like, I've applied bleed to so many enemies, I've never seen them take bleed damage. And of course my character gets bleed, and he takes bleed damage. So we'll finish him off. So whenever you complete combat, as you can see, they're all gaining experience. There's most of the time loot. We can tell one person to get all the loot, or we can share the gold. So we're going to share. So we got an item. It's a necklace item, and we're going to give it to Preya seems to be getting hit. For now, normally I would give it to my melee damage dealer. I'm actually going to give it to my most lightly armored person, which is Preya. She only has an armor value of 1. This will give her up to 3, as you can see right there. And as you can see from completing that mini quest, we have removed that chaos. So, but there will always be chaos coming down this timeline. So, at the beginning of each character's turn, they will roll, basically die, to determine how many movement points you get per day. And that's per tile. This is a harbor where you can buy stuff for a boat, so you can travel on the water. I don't need any of it right now. This is a night market, which we can only go to at night, which right now is daytime. As you can see, this is day and this is night over here. So let's move forward. And you'll come across random events like this. So you find yourself in a verdant clearing where many useful plants grow. You do well to stock up. So this is based off your eye skill, which is what's it called? It is I forgot what I think it's like awareness. It's called awareness, I think. And my guy's not bad. 75 is not bad. And it tells you what are my chances for succeeding. So I don't want to get poisoned. So preferably, I'm going to use one of my focus. And now, I have a higher chance of either gaining either nothing or one item. If I want, I can use the second focus to guarantee getting one item. But let's hope 85% is good enough. And we were. So we're going to gain one item, which was a Hag's Bane. It's a kind of like a consumable, which, as you can see, allows us to be relieved of curses. There are a lot of characters later in the game that is going to curse you, and curses like are permanent debuffs unless you find a way to remove them, like using this herb. So we can either discard, use, or collect. We will collect. And we have one more movement left. If I want to, you can use up one focus point or a focus point to give you additional movement points. I don't need to do that right now. So I've run out of movement, and now I can end my turn. And as you can see, we're going to roll to see how many movement points he got. So he got 4 successes. So we're gonna keep moving towards wood smoke right now. And he doesn't do very much on his turn. So what I could do, actually, because we fought those cultists right away, Preya could actually go to the city and maybe buy something from the market. Let's see. I think. So when you look at weapons, there's a lot of information on the screen. Obviously, 10 physical damage is better than 6 magical damage. Of course, there could be enemies that are immune to magic. So, of course, that's looking better right now. It tells you that equipping it will give me +1 armor, which is what we want, and more speed, which is also great. But if you look at underneath it, it's the stat that's going to be tested is eyes, and we have 75 versus 81. So our stats for intelligence is higher than our awareness. This would be in better hands with a with Kinzen rather than Preya. But I might actually buy the Godsbeard because she is going to be our party healer in this game. So I have 13 bucks. I'm going to spend 9 of it to buy it, and it goes into my inventory here. So we're done. We don't have any more money. So let's leave and let's head. Let's follow with our team. I could tell her to go in a totally different direction, but usually, in most situations, you kind of want to be together so that you can fight together. Okay, so she's done. So it's Alcides' turn again. He rolled 4 successful movements. As you can see here, we have a few enemies nearby. When you put your cursor on an enemy, it'll tell you what enemies will join in combat. So if I fought this beastman right here, I'm going to fight this one plus the one over here because it's within the red fighting area. But then also my 2 teammates will join me as well in this combat. There are these things called sanctum of purities. These are, when you tell a character to go here, it's going to basically give you a permanent buff. And the only time this permanent buff comes off you is when you die. And then this thing crumbles apparently. So poison and curse immunity, which is pretty good. Over here, this is a stone hero, and basically what these do is it gives you a one-time bonus or one-time reward. So it will give a person 12 experience plus full focus. So remember, these are our focus, and there are different ways to regain focus, like this plant right here, the golden root will replenish it. There are other places that will replenish it, like this thing right here. So I think I'll show you some more combat. We're okay for health right now. Oh, and we were surprised by a pixie that appeared, which is fine because it shows us who we're fighting and what their levels are. So we're all level 0 right now, so this is not a bad fight. We could choose to ambush it, and if we were successful, which is a pretty low chance to succeed, if you choose ambush and you succeed, you fight the one creature on that tile. So that makes so you can win more easily. You could also choose sneak, which you'll be able to, if you succeed, you can bypass the enemy on that tile, or you can just retreat and move back to the tile, and that movement point that you spent is gone. But we'll fight since it's only 2 of them. So the pixie has really good speed, so she got to move first. She used magic on us and keeps attacking. I wasn't paying attention to who got hit. So I think we're gonna focus the Beastman, and as you can see, I was looking to see what's special about the pixie, and she's immune to fire. So later on in the game, I'm gonna pick up weapons for my characters, which might be able to apply fire. So how you apply special things to enemies is you have to roll perfectly, roll hits, and for example, my hunter here, the snipe shot, to ignore the armor, he has to roll perfectly on his 3 rolls of the snipe shot. Once again, you can use focus to help you get those perfect shots. But right now, we're just going to focus on the Beastman, because he does do a lot of damage. And he got a special... So he did a critical. Maybe that's what Cult Shot does. So my guy's going to get bleeding as well. So our guys are okay. I think I'm going to keep trying to... Oh, kind of missed. So I think what we're going to try to do now, this guy will attack the pixie. Let's see. I think we can risk it. Yeah, that'll kill him outright. And then with the pixie gone, it's the hunter's turn again, and we're going to kill the Beastman. And all of these debuffs, like the normal debuffs, will go away at the end of the combat. Curses will stay on you for a specific period of time. So we got some more coins, which we're going to share evenly. We got a new makeshift spear. So this is good for a person with good eye stats. So basically, Kinson should get it. Now, one thing of note that I didn't realize a long time ago was that it is two-handed. And it is breakable. So on critical fails, meaning that if you roll the 3 stats and you miss on each one, then this item will actually break. So you're going to find special, very strong weapons in the game. But if you critically fail, you critically miss, you're going to break these weapons. So you have to make sure that you're either very lucky or you're always using a focus, at least 1 focus per attack, so that you can always guarantee that you don't break your weapon. You can, when I press shift, specifically on PC, it'll show you the different types of attack abilities from equipping this weapon, which is a single target 11 damage attack, or a heavy thrust, which is also a single target doing more damage at 14, but at less accuracy. So it tells me, not bad. It'll give you more armor, but then you lose evasion, which allows you to totally dodge the attack, and also will do more damage against flying, which is good against those pixies, because I believe they're flying. It gives a special ability, the hunting bow that is, support range, which means that he can support in combat. Remember that red area, support area? He can support from a farther distance. Even though it does more damage, I'm not going to do that right now because there are pixies around here. I'm just going to collect it. Maybe later on, give it to Kinson. Okay, so Alcides has run out of movement points. Let's see. So Kinson, let's see, poison and curse immunity. I'm going to give that to... Preya. And I'm going to have... Actually, I should have Alcides go here to fill up on that. So I'll give that to him. Okay. So let's see if we can actually, so as you can see, if I fought the pixie, the hag is going to join in combat. Let's see if there's a way for me to ambush this guy. So I need to use my eye skill, and I'm just going to use all of my 3 of my focus to succeed, to have a 100% chance to succeed. Okay, so now it's just the 2 of us. So I'm going to use another focus, and I'm going to try to snipe him. One-shot kill. So he gets just experience himself. He gets money. Oh, and he picked up this nice necklace. So this will give him 3 health regeneration per turn, which is fantastic. I haven't seen a health regeneration item that gives so much just on its own. I've seen 1, I've seen 2, but not 3. So this is great for him. So we can actually equip it. If he had something, it would appear right here on the right. So we'll equip it. And now at the end of his turn, he will be gaining, what's it called? He'll be gaining 3 health, but he's already at full health. So we'll finish his turn. As you can see, he gains 3 health, which doesn't matter. As you can see over here, there is a forest nibbler that we can engage in combat, but we're not going to do that right now. We'll move Preya forward a little bit closer. And she's done. Oh. And see, Alcides, I wanted him to go to the stone hero, but the forest nibbler's in the way. So, and as you can see, if I fight him, then the hag will join in, and that beastman will not, because he's outside of the range. But I'm not very confident in Alcides being able to take out 2 guys out on his own right now. So we'll just move over here. He can't take advantage of the sanctum because I believe Kincenere took it. We'll move forward. We'll end his turn. It's Kinsen's turn. He got a perfect roll for movement, so he's got 5 movement. If he fought this dire crow swarm, there would be 3 things fighting him, so he doesn't want to do that. We're going to head to Woodsmoke to finish our quest. So we all got experience, and the royal agent Hildebrandt says, "Always good to see new faces join the quest. I'm Hildebrandt, the Queen's agent overseeing things in the Guardian Forest. Things are bad here, really bad. All signs point to some evil folk who lock themselves away in the glittering mines." And it'll show us where the glittering mines are. "I'll work on getting you down there. In the meanwhile, a strange contraption has been spotted. Go investigate it." So we have a new quest. Solve the cult device in the Guardian Forest, which is this thing right here. And it says here, "And some angry folks in fancy robes have made themselves right at home. Best prepare for a good fight." So kill the Chaos Leader in the Guardian Forest. And now we have a quest tracker in the top right. So we finished this quest. We visited a new town. We can go to the quest board to see if there's a new quest. We can select something. We can reduce chaos more, because as you can see, chaos is coming up again. Or we can do a bounty where we get items, like we can get a hooked sword, which is pretty cool. Or we can get gold, lots of gold, or more gold. So I like the item. Let's go for the item. Kill the Timberwolf in the Guardian Forest. So we'll accept that quest, and it's right here. So there's a new quest for us, and Kinsen's at full health. There are a few services you can take part in if you have the money. You can go to the inn. As you can see, it will restore health and some focus. You can do meditation, which will restore all focus points but not heal you. You can just heal yourself. You can remove your curses. We don't need any of that right now, really. Not really. I don't want to spend the money. You can also go to the market, so you can buy different things, like say this heavy bow, which will do more damage, or you can also sell. So you can go to your inventory and sell some stuff, like maybe that makeshift spear that can break. Let's sell that. And he's now got 22 bucks, and we can buy some stuff. But let's see. So I'm gonna just end the video right there. I just wanted to give you guys a video that shows off For the King. Once again, when I first played this game, I really something about it I really disliked about it. But coming back the second time, maybe because they've done a ton of work on it since I last played on Steam. It was a free weekend, just to play, not to actually buy and play. But something about their updates I really enjoy. I love the music. I love the graphics speak to me. It kind of reminds me of Golden Chalice or something like that. I forgot what the game was called. Something Chalice. And I'm really craving a board game because with the social distancing, I'm not playing board games anymore. So I can totally see this being a board game, but I can't think of it. And if you guys know of a game that's an actual board game that's like this, please tell me, because I really would love to find a board game equivalent that I can play with my friends. Speaking of, as we talked about, this is single player. It does have local co-op as well as online co-op. I haven't tried either, but I want to get through the game and get much better at it first before I tackle that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I believe this is on actually all systems, PC and most consoles, but specifically right now it's free on the Epic Games Store to buy, and it does come with all the DLCs. I know once again people have their reservations for the Epic Games Store, but I have it, and I've never had problems with it. So I just want to give you guys an idea of how the game plays. Thanks for joining me today. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.